Hey there, Virgo. How's it going? Hope everything's going good with you and yours. Welcome to your week of April 4th, your week of reading. Hope everything's going good. We're going to be looking at your past, present, your future, clarifying all that, and then tying everything off with an oracle card. So you're going to want to stick around for all that. Hope everything's going good and resonating with you. Now let's get into this. In your past, we got the Seven of Wands, Justice, and the High Priestess here. Ooh. Interesting. Let's get a look at the rest of your reading here. Oh, got some knights. Looks like there's a lot of people in your reading here. Seems to be. Alright, so with all that, your card to watch out for this week is the Nine of Swords. Lots of thoughts. Negative thoughts are really going to be the things to kind of keep your mind on. Well, you don't want to keep your mind on them. Keep your mind off of the negative thoughts. Try to think as positive as you can. This Nine of Swords can really be a card that really keeps you up at night. Maybe you're having some nightmares right now, or you're not able to sleep because you're so worried about things that are going on in your life here. We got the King. Wow, we got the King and Queen of Swords underneath of that, which is really interesting. It could be, I feel like for a lot of you, something to do with like a relationship. Maybe you have a partner and you're just really worried about them. Could be saying here, maybe you're worried like there's a lot of, in your present, we got a lot of people here in your present energy. So we'll see how it goes, but I just feel like maybe you're dealing with, maybe some concerns about your partner here, or concerns about love in the future as well. Maybe if you don't have a partner as well. So interesting. We'll get into what we get into as we go along here, but we're starting things off Seven of Wands, Justice, and the High Priestess here. Justice is Libra's card, so if you have Libra in your chart, that's a nice little bonus. It means you've been coming in a strong way. But yeah, Justice is Seven of Wands and the High Priestess. I feel like you're in a bit of a precarious position here at this time, because justice talks about being fair, and justice for all, of course. But with the Seven of Wands and the High Priestess here, it almost feels like you're kind of put into a rough situation, because the Seven of Wands really talks about defending your position, but you can see, especially from this card, you're kind of set up to fail, right? You're almost like you're walking this tightrope. You're trying to just get to the other side, but these people with these wands down below, they're trying to knock you off the tightrope, trying to knock you off, take you away from the path that you're trying to walk here. Maybe that's your partner, or maybe that's the path, the love you're trying to take here. Maybe people are trying to dissuade you from here. I feel like with the High Priestess here, your intuition's on point at this time, so I feel like you probably very much know who I'm talking about when I say that. Like if you have a partner, or if you obviously you have a partner, but you probably know what the situation or the topic it is that I'm talking about for sure. Or you have like an otherworldly sense that maybe people aren't directly doing it, but maybe there's someone you kind of get a sense that they're kind of being a little, they've been being a little weird lately, right? And maybe they're kind of trying to work from behind the scenes against you here. So interesting here. Let's take a look and see what kind of clarifiers we got for your past cards here. See what's happening. All right. We've got the Five of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands here. Yeah, I feel, there's a lot of negativity here. Like that Five of Cups talks about focusing on the negative, which we were talking about with that Nine of Swords too, right? I feel like something in the past, there's just been a lot of stuff going on in your past that's been tough to deal with here. We got the Nine of Wands too, which is the wounded warrior, someone who's been hurt before, someone who's put up the wall, put up their defenses, trying to deal with what's going on in their life. The only way they know how is the kind of go into self-preservation mode. So it just kind of feels like you're dealing with a lot of the negative stuff, a lot of unfair situations here at this time. You're looking for fair, you're looking for balance, but you're not getting it in return. With this Queen of Wands here as well, maybe this is who you're dealing with. That'd be a fellow earth sign, so another Virgo or a Taurus or a Capricorn, maybe who you've been dealing with. Maybe that's your partner, maybe that's a person just in your life, maybe someone a little older than you, not necessarily female, it's just energy, but someone who's kind of like a person who's really good at kind of cultivating and gathering and things like that. So interesting. I just feel this person's really putting you in a rough spot. And I feel like you're trying to work hard. Like the Queen of Pentacles is a card of hard work. I feel like you're trying to work hard, but you're trying to please as best you can. But they're just not taking it here, or you feel like they're not. They're not being receptive to it here. In your present energy, we got the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups, which I like the two Knights because as I'm looking at them, they're kind of moving towards the future, right? That's where they're headed. Like they're pointed towards your future cards, which is really nice. Like future focus, moving on. So I like that. But with these two, especially where we're kind of worrying about like maybe a partner here, I feel like you might be a little concerned, especially with that Nine of Swords, that your partner, if you have one, or this person is kind of running around behind your back with these other people, right? And like we got the Ace of Cups here, which can be overflowing emotion, and doesn't necessarily have to be good emotions, though. Right? It can be negative, especially again when we're talking about that Nine of Swords. I feel like this is a situation where you feel like they're kind of maybe running around behind your back with these other people. Oh, excuse me. Again, could be an Earth sign with this Knight of Pentacles. Fellow Earth sign. Could be a water sign too with the Knight of Cups, so that would be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio here. So I feel like maybe that's something like you might be concerned about that presently. I hope that's not the case, but if it is, it just kind of seems like we're kind of moving on here. The Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, and Knight of Pentacles. Holy jumpins! Really. The Knight of Cups is kind of that Prince Charming type person. The Knight of Pentacles is like that hard worker, like the person who's just putting in the time and stuff. Could just be saying here that's kind of what you need to, like presently that's kind of how you're feeling about yourself, or you're trying to put yourself in that kind of energy to please this person. You're trying to be hardworking. You're trying to be perfect here. And it's causing you maybe quite a bit of distress at this time because like you're just kind of, I don't want to say you're overperforming or you're overstepping, because I feel like you're great. Like you're trying your best to live up to like your expectations, this person's expectations as well. But I feel like it's kind of like you're overtaxing yourself, or you're exhausting yourself. You're trying to be something that like you're not, right? It's kind of like one thing I remember checking out like a Reddit post or something where people were saying like, what are some like really mundane things about people that you find attractive? And like a lot of them were like really like simple, like silly things. One of my favorite ones was this person's like, oh, you have dandruff. It's like, oh, that's not like attractive that you have dandruff, but it's attractive that you're human. Like you're not perfect. Like you don't just have like, perfect immaculate hair all the time or something. It's like, oh, you sometimes don't get all the shampoo out. Sometimes that happens. And I feel like this is kind of like you're trying to like be perfect here for this person, where it's just not like, it just feels like you don't need to be doing that. Like if they accept you for you, that's what you want, right? You don't want to put out like a projection of yourself, this perfect version of you, right? Because if that's not what they're willing, because then they'll want that all the time, and then you gotta, like, I see this is a heavy burden on you. Like you're worrying, like, are they gonna see through this? Like, are they gonna see through my facade that like I'm not a king, I'm not a queen, I'm not this mature, perfect, authoritative ruler type person? Are they gonna see through that? I feel like it's not fair to yourself. I feel like it's not fair to them either, of course, but I feel like it's more not fair to you that you have to put on this show that you don't have to deal with this. You shouldn't have to do this, Virgo, right? You shouldn't have to put on an act and pretend you're something that you're not, just for love, right? All right, let's look at your clarifiers for your present energy. We got Six of Swords, Temperance, that's Sagittarius' card, so if you have Sagittarius in your chart, that's nice. And we got the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, is the juice worth the squeeze, is what that Seven of Pentacles is asking us, right? He's looking at like those pentacles he's trying to harvest here. Is like, is this it? Is this all I'm going to ever amount to? Is this all I'm going to muster here? Is this really worth it? I feel like you're realizing that it isn't with this Six of Swords, because it talks about being in the choppy waters, you can kind of see here in that corner, but it also talks about moving into the calm waters. So you're in a rough situation now, but it's going to get better. I just feel like there's other solutions you could take with this Temperance card, right? You can see here the angels mixing those cups, right? Trying to find different solutions. I feel like that's what you need to do. I feel like you just need to be yourself, right? And stop trying to like put on this act, because it feels like you're kind of just pretending to be someone you're not, when really if you just be yourself, you're gonna figure it out, whether it's you might just want to be with this person or not, right? In your future cards, we got the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and we got the 5 of Pentacles as well. The 8 of Cups, as you can see, is a card of moving on, a card of walking away from something. I feel like whether this is you're walking away from this person, you're walking away from this mindset of being perfect or being this character that you're playing, I feel like you're walking away from this because you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this to yourself, but it is a choice you have to make. This 2 of Swords represents choices. You can see here this card here. He's blindfolded and he's kind of just staying put, like he's not moving on, but there are new lands behind him. You can see here there are other paths he can take, but he's just not taking them. He's deciding to stay pat, and that's kind of what this 5 of Pentacles is saying, is you're making a choice between that 8 of Cups and this 5 of Pentacles. Like, are you going to move on and be like, I'm going to move on from this mindset, I'm going to move on from this person, I'm going to move on from this and just, be me and, take that burden off my shoulders? Or are you going to keep, staying out in the cold here with this 5 of Pentacles, out where it's rough, out where things aren't, good for you? It's not safe. It's, actively hurting you. Look how banged up these people are in this card, right? Like they're super messed up here. And it's like they're doing it to themselves, because this window they're walking behind, the stained glass window, it's a church. They could ask for help. They could ask for shelter, right? It's that easy. You can just drop the act and be yourself. It's that easy. It may not feel that easy because you want love and you want, this person to be in your life, and you want to paint this perfect picture of yourself so that they'll stay. But I feel like you need, that's not going to help you. That's going to make you banged up. That's going to keep you out in the cold, right? So let us clarify your future cards and see what more details we can get from this, and then we'll wrap this all up with an oracle message. All right, what do we got, Virgo? We've got the Chariot, lovely Cancer's card. I love to see it. The 7 of Swords and the Sun, happiest card in the deck. Everything coming up, Virgo. That's great. Yeah, we're just heading towards happiness in the future here. Ooh, cat here. But the thing I want to draw attention to is the 7 of Swords. This is how you've been behaving right now. This liar energy, this kind of, this kind of person who's not being honest with people here. They're not being upfront. They're taking from something, right? I feel like that's how you've been lately. And, but if you're deciding to move on from that, you're deciding to move forward. Oh man, having a beard's just the worst sometimes. But if you decide to move forward, we got the Chariot and we got the Sun, right? We got this happiness. I feel like this person, it's either going to work one of two ways, right? Either this person's going to see who you were this whole time and see like, oh my God, like this is what you've been trying to do for me this whole time. Like, I don't want you to put on an act, and I want you to be yourself. And when you come out as like, I am just being myself, they're going to see you and they're going to say, you know what, I appreciate you, but I want to get to know you now, Virgo. I don't want to get to know the character. I want to get to know Virgo now. And I think that's really beautiful with the Sun there. Or it's going to go the other way, and they're going to be like, I want the character. I didn't want you. In which case, you get to move on, and you get to go find your happiness. Rejection is redirection, you see? You're going to find your actual person, the person who wants you, Virgo. Not the person who wants a character, not the person who wants, this perfect person, a person who is perfect, or the person who is you, the person who wants you, Virgo. There's a guy passed away recently. His name's Scott Hall. He was a professional wrestler, and he said something one time that really hit me kind of hard when it comes to this kind of stuff. Is he said the last perfect person that was walking on the earth, they nailed him to a cross. So it's like being perfect. People don't really want perfect. They want like ideal and such, like, but someone who's perfect isn't real, or isn't, that's not really what they want in the end, right? So, but we got the Chariot here. This is Cancer's card. So if you got Cancer in your chart, nice little bonus for you, coming in strong. But the Chariot talks about taking action, going after what you want. Like, you got to do this. Like, you got to take the action. No one's going to make you, no one's going to like do this for you. No one's going to clear it up for you. These sphinxes here on the Chariot, they represent outside forces. They represent getting pulled away by something. I feel like that's potentially what's here for you. You could potentially just get carried away by this persona you've created, and you kind of maybe lose yourself, right? And then it's going to be back to that Seven of Pentacles we had back here. It's going to be like, is this worth it? Like, do I even know who I am anymore? Like, why am I still doing this? Like, you get into like one of those kind of cycles where you feel like you are blaming the other person. Like, like, why am I doing this for you? Like, what have you done for me? Like, what's happening here? So I feel like you need to take the reins and take control and like, make that decision to move on. I feel like that's the best thing for you. But again, I can't make you do anything. I'm a pre-recorded message here. So let's get your oracle card here, wrap this all up for you. Hope this has been resonating with you. I hope this has been helping you out, Virgo. If it has been, leave a comment down below. Always love to hear when things are helping people out. That's why we started the channel here in the first place. And that was a few too many oracle cards, but we'll get you a good one. The cards are talkative today, very talkative. So let's take a look. What do we got? We got the Loyal Heart card. Oh, Loyal Hearts. Number 35. I love owls, by the way. I just love them. love owls. I have on my Instagram, I just follow all sorts of like owl Instagram pages. Sea otters too. I love sea otters. They're hilarious. If you have Instagram, go find like a sea otter account. They are just the funniest little animals. Anyway, number 35, the Loyal Heart card. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. And I feel like if you're watching this, that might be part of that. This might have been your sign to be like, okay, I need to make a change. I need to, be true and loyal to yourself, Virgo, not just loyal to those around you, but loyal to yourself. So I hope that helped you out. Hope that resonated with you, Virgo. If you want to help out the channel, like, share, subscribe to the video, to the channel. You can also check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. See what all might be coming for you in the week ahead. And I will see you, Virgo, next time.